Hello, my friends, and welcome back.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip from a plus-size designer selling plus-size and normal-size clothes, but they charge more for the normal-size clothes. Some of their rationale includes it costs more to make larger-size clothes, therefore I'm going to charge thin people more for their smaller sizes. We're going to have a little bit of cognitive dissonance as we go through this, as I try to connect the dots, because none of it makes any sense, I'll tell you that. If plus-size clothes cost more to manufacture, is it okay to pass the cost of that onto your thin customers who are not even buying plus-size clothes? Clearly, that's what we should do because reasons. To examine this phenomenon, I must first apply comb to mustache. Alright, I am now officially awake. Let's go.
Yes, smaller sizes do pay more on my website, and here's why. Have you heard of the fat tax?
No, but I have heard of them taxing things more that are bad for you, like smoking and alcohol and stuff. There's some sort of guilt tax or some goofy stuff like that. I have heard of something similar being applied to very fattening foods and stuff. Basically, things that are bad for you, they tax more to try to discourage you from doing it. Or at least that's what they say. Really, it's just this, okay? Let's not play games.
If you're not plus size, there's a chance you haven't.
Okay, so there's a thing called a fat tax. Alright, how do I have to pay for this and why?
And a plus size is sizes XL and above. The fat tax is an outdated, fat-phobic, arbitrary cost for plus size clothing that is added as an extra surcharge.
A fat tax is a tax or surcharge that is placed upon fattening food, beverages, or on overweight individuals. Okay, that's insane. Honestly, you can't tax people because they're overweight at a higher rate than anybody else? What? It is considered an example of Pigovian taxation. Pig-ovian taxation. If that ain't the most fat-phobic tax, bro. A fat tax aims to discourage unhealthy diets and offset the economic costs of obesity. And
Plus size clothing can cost up to $10 more for, let's say, something that's the same in a size medium. Many people assume this is because of the extra fabric that is used to make plus size clothing.
But that's actually not true, because actually plus size clothing uses less fabric, somehow. Oh right, plus size clothing does not use more fabric because... How? Can you please explain this to me, like, very thoroughly?
But that's actually not true. Clothing manufacturers buy fabric in bulk, meaning they get a higher discount the more fabric that they buy.
Okay, but plus-size clothing uses more fabric. It is true that you get more of a discount the more that you buy, but you're going to spend that same amount of material making half as many clothes if you make them plus-size than if you made them normal-size. So what are you talking about? Like, you have 100 pounds of fabric. You can either make 100 regular-size dresses with it or 50 plus-size dresses with it. So what are you talking about? Just because you get more of a discount the more you buy doesn't mean that you don't use more of the material. This is very confusing and erroneous logic. The math ain't adding up on this, dude. And you own a business. Huh, weird. I am shocked that somebody who owns a business that thinks it's okay to charge certain people more based on their body type does not understand the basics of economics.
Clothing manufacturers also waste and throw away so much more fabric than would ever be used in a larger plus-size clothing item.
Okay, but your clothes take twice as much material to make, so they cost twice as much, right? That's my rationale. Even if we got a discount on the fabric, I could have made 2 regular dresses out of that. So I'm going to have to charge you more, right? You're cutting into my profits now.
This logic also falls apart when you realize...
Dude, are you really talking about logic falling apart right now? The ironing is delicious. Name that line.
They're charging more based on the size, then why isn't a size extra small cheaper than a size large? If
they could charge different prices for all the different sizes if they wanted. You're acting like if all these different sized garments costed different amounts to make that they would charge different amounts to purchase them. That's not true at all. Just because they charge you the same price for a large as an extra small doesn't mean that these are 2 different sizes and costed different amounts to make. Clearly they did. The least amount of fabric you use, the least it costs.
If they were pricing clothing this way, then every single size would be a slightly different price.
Just because they're not pricing it that way doesn't mean it doesn't cost that way. Obviously, it costs them less to make an extra small than even a medium.
Because fat people are so mistreated by the fashion industry, many clothing suppliers just know that plus size people will pay more for their clothing because there just aren't a lot of options out there for us.
It's the whole supply and demand thing. Wherever there is a demand, somebody will provide a supply and they will price it according to the demand.
The fat tax is basically a societal punishment for the crime of being fat.
Similar to the sin tax that is on alcohol and cigarettes. It's basically just any excuse, right? Any excuse. You went a little too fast. You didn't wear a seatbelt. You didn't wear a helmet. Come on, you know the game, dude. Come on, bro. The alcoholics are really going to be up in arms about that alcohol tax, bro. Okay, so I'm still a little bit confused about why she charges thin people more. If only there were some way that I could learn more. There's a part 2, let's watch it.
So how does this affect my brand, Softcore? I created Softcore to prioritize fat people.
What if that statement was reversed? Would that be chill? Could we do that? I feel like it's fine to prioritize whoever you want, but to say it out loud, it never sounds good.
I wanted to create a cool alternative space where plus sizes were put first. But a lot of straight size people liked my designs too.
So a lot of thinner people wanted to partake in this as well, okay.
And requested that I make my clothing in smaller sizes as well. Now, I don't have a problem with thin people wearing my clothing. In fact, I appreciate the support, as long as it's not an item that was obviously made for fat people.
So you don't understand business at all. The number one priority of a business is not to worry about who is buying your product, but to just sell product, okay? You're like, thin people, I dislike it when you buy the larger clothes, but their money is just as legitimate as anybody else's. You see, this is where you're failing in business. You don't understand capitalism. I still never understood the whole, don't buy my clothes that are larger if you're thin. If I was selling a product, I don't give a damn who buys it. I don't care if you buy it and throw it right in the dumpster. Just give me that sweet cheddar, baby. This might sound callous, but inside, this is literally how we all feel. So stop lying.
But I still want fat people to feel prioritized by my brand.
Why? See, this isn't business, this is emotions. You don't run your business from a place of emotions, man. You gotta disconnect from that and tap into your logic to run the proper business.
Also, did you know that fat people are on average paid a lot less than their thin counterparts?
What does that have to do with anything? There are a lot of bogus statistics saying that certain groups are paid less than other certain groups. What I have noticed with all of these statistics is that the certain groups that don't get paid as much as the other groups are just less likely to pursue advancement. Maybe there aren't a ton of morbidly obese people that are pursuing raises and advancement and trying to climb that corporate ladder. If we could see one's physique as a reflection of their work ethic, then it would stand to reason that perhaps a lot of obese people are not the go-getters that you would like them to be. If you want to advance in your job and you want to be a go-getter, you gotta be aggressive, dude. You gotta kick open your boss's door and be like, look, idiot, I'm gonna run this freaking company, okay? And you're not gonna get in my way. In fact, your carcass is going to be a stepping stone to propel me to the top, my friend. And then they're gonna be like, but you just started working here 10 minutes ago. And I'll be like, listen, buddy, I don't need any guff from you, okay? As soon as I learn how to do this dumb job, you're all in trouble.
There's actually a study on this. You can find it at the National Library of Medicine.
Yeah, there's lots of nonsense studies.
So, to help keep the costs down for my plus size customers.
Wait, what? Okay, so you're saying that fat people statistically get paid less. Therefore, you're going to charge thin people more for the clothes that they buy from you that actually cost less to manufacture. So somebody else is punishing fat people as you see it, and your response is to punish thin people, even though the clothes that they purchase from you cost less to make. After this video, we're going to go to our website and we're going to take a look at some of the pricing on some of these items. I've been looking for a nice summertime muumuu. By the way, I classed up the joint. You're welcome.
And to bring awareness to the fat tax, I charge more for straight sizes.
What? To bring awareness to the fat tax, you charge more for straight sizes. That makes a whole lot of sense, actually, yeah. So if I go to buy thin clothing from you and then I see that it costs more, I'm supposed to be like this. Wait a minute, why does this cost more? These are smaller clothes. Oh, there's such a thing called the fat tax, and it's harming larger people. How could I have not known this before? Thank goodness they charged me more for this garment, or I would have never been aware of this very real problem. Stop.
Because even my manufacturers charge me extra to make plus size clothing.
And that's why you charge thin people more, because even your manufacturers charge you more to make plus size clothing. Wait a minute. Punish the thin people on behalf of the larger people because it costs more to make the larger clothes. If you carry the Y, the remainder of 3. What? None of that makes any damn sense. I can't believe anybody gave you a loan.
Including this dress I'm wearing right now. So when thin people pay a few extra dollars on my site, they're helping support a fat artist grow her independent brand.
Okay, so if I buy your products, then I'm helping you, and apparently, like, that's my main drive in this life, is to help random people that I do not know. That's a weird selling point when you're trying to sell a product. If you buy my product, you'll be helping me. There's no way this business cannot fail, dude. This person knows nothing about business. If you buy my product, you'll be helping me. Yes, the selling point of any great brand. I remember when Pepsi came out and they're like, dude, please buy our product, man. We're struggling. We need it. That is a great marketing campaign, dude. Chevy. Come on, man. The new Ford Focus. Please support an artist. You know what? I do need that. I do need to support some random person that I don't know for no reason. Yeah.
And you're helping keep the charge down for my plus size customers.
Why would I want to do that? If I'm not plus size and I've taken all the time to take care of my physique, why would I pay more to benefit larger people that didn't? So sober people should pay more for certain things because alcohol has a tax put on it, and alcoholics get arrested for DUIs and stuff all the time. There's a lot of extra financial burden that comes with being an alcoholic. So you people that are not alcoholics, we're gonna have to charge you more. So can I have some of that crack that you're smoking? I know I've said it before, but it just doesn't get old.
Who historically have much less clothing options and get paid a lot less on average.
If you have all these negative things that are happening to you because of what you're doing to your physique, perhaps it's time to make a change. Not to the world around you, but to the common denominator that is causing you a problem among all these different situations.
I have a whole page on my website explaining why I charge.
I couldn't find that page, but we are going to go to her website and take a look at some of this pricing.
Thin customers more. It's what I've just told you, but it also goes more in depth.
Okay, I went on her website looking for this information because I have to know more in depth, and I couldn't find it. But I did find some listings, and we're going to take a look at the different sizing, pricing options. Okay, so it's $65.95 for sizes 6XL through XL. Those are all the same. Then when you get to large, it costs $1 more, medium $1 more, small $1 more, extra small $1 more, and 2X small for this simple muumuu of eyeballs costs $70.95. I am looking for a 2 extra small eyeball laden summertime muumuu, but not for $70.95, madam. I may have been born at night, but it wasn't last night, thank you very much, that's a classic. The idea of charging people more because they are thin, even though they use less fabric and cost less to make their clothes, is ridiculous, okay? This is not an economics-based approach to business. This is an emotional-based approach to business, which does not work. Luckily, your emotional-based business practices are being picked up by other larger people that have a lot of emotional problems and will buy your product just because of that as well. So if you stay afloat, that's the only reason why, because this is not how business works. Please click the like button, subscribe, and help the channel get to 50,000. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.